Hi, everybody. It's Cold Hard Football Facts on Football Nation. I'm Butch Stearns. He's Kerry Byrne of Cold Hard Football Facts. Kerry, every week this year we're going to be looking at a CHFF Game of the Week. And this week you start with the opener of their season on Wednesday night, the Cowboys at the Giants. Defending champs, you would think, take their lumps, but not so over the last 12 years.
No, I mean, this first week, this week one game for the defending champ, since 2000, they're 12-0. They've won every game. Perhaps more impressively, they're 8-2-2 against the spread, meaning they're not only winning, they're winning big. And the reason we know that, at Cold Hard Football Facts Insider, where we do all our game picks, we also have something called Spreadopedia. It's our point spread database where we track all this information. Very powerful. But 8-2-2 against the spread. So both those numbers bode well for the Giants on Wednesday night.
All right, when we look at the numbers, let's start with the Cowboys. The Cowboys, in your opinion, it's all about their defense or lack thereof.
Yeah, obviously Tony Romo, the whipping boy, everyone loves to hate on him, and you know what? He's had some kind of epic meltdowns, if you will, especially in the postseason late in the year, including the loss in Week 17 to the Giants last year. But he is, believe it or not, the second highest rated quarterback right now in NFL history, behind only Aaron Rodgers, ahead of Tom Brady, ahead of Peyton Manning, one spot ahead of Steve Young on the all-time list. I mean, this guy's put up some impressive numbers. To me, the problem is, other than the games where he's had some bad performances, the problem in Dallas has been their defense. They have not had a Super Bowl caliber defense since he's been the quarterback. And we broke it all down. We look at what we call defensive passer rating, Butch, and you know this is a critical indicator of team success throughout all of NFL history. If you have a very good defensive passer rating, you win championships. And to cite some examples, the best teams in Cowboys history in terms of defensive passer rating, where they're 71 and 77 Super Bowl champions. And in the last several years, this team has just not had a Super Bowl
And again, your
defense.
defensive passer rating rates a defense just like you do a quarterback.
We take the formula for quarterback and we apply it to a pass defense. And like I said, the reason we look at that is because of its correlation to championship success. And they've just been beyond the parameters of a good defense. Look at some of the rankings here. Almost always below 20th in terms of defensive passer rating. A champion defense is usually in the top 5 in defensive passer rating. They have not had a Super Bowl caliber defense. So you can blame Tony Romo all you want, but it's not all his fault. And if they're going to turn around and take a run at the Super Bowl, they need to improve that number.
All right, so let's look at the defending champs, the Giants. Numbers-wise, you scratch your head when the Giants come around because they go against all the numbers that you preach.
There's really only 2 teams that have broken outside the parameters of our quality stats in all of football history, 2 champions, I should say. And those are the 2007 and 2011 Giants, who statistically, it was impossible for them to win a Super Bowl. Look at the 2011 Giants. The worst record of any champion, the worst point differential of any champion, the worst defense of any champion. We just talked a moment ago about defensive passer rating. The worst defensive passer rating of any champion all last year. But you know what they have? They have a super clutch quarterback, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago, the best big game coach in football, for my money, which is why they've been able to kind of put together a little bit of a mojo at the end of their season. And by the way, 7 fourth-quarter comebacks last year for the Giants, tied for the most in NFL history in one season. I don't even know if they're a playoff team this year, if they don't kind of pull all those rabbits out of their hat like they did last year. And I don't even have them going to the playoffs this year. I think they may regress to the mean, as they call it, and kind of be more what we saw statistically this year than they were last year.
So for all that said, you'll have your pick elsewhere on coldhardfootballfacts.com.
All our picks at Cold Hard Football Facts Insider, yep.
But for all that said, the numbers back up that you guys like the Giants over the Cowboys in this one.
Well, you know what? Depends. They are favored. I don't know if they're going to win big. They open as 3-point favorites. By the way, a real cool quality stat, Cold Hard Football Fact that we have at Insider. Tom Coughlin, 731 against the spread when favored by 3 points. Great number for the Giants, but that number, I think people knew that. That number is bounced up to 3.5, 4 points now. So I don't know. We'll see if the Giants can cover that number.
And you can become a Cold Hard Football Facts insider by going to coldhardfootballfacts.com. It's only $99. He's Kerry Byrne. I'm Butch Stearns. This is Football Nation.